On May 1st, 2024, I was verbally accosted by Jamie Lane Hennessee and physically assaulted by her partner. I was on the porch with a few police officers filing an incident report for a sexual assault that had took place a month prior at Anadarko Rural Wellness in Anadarko, Oklahoma. I had awakened that morning with an oddly shaped bruise on my forehead. Jamie and partner, as well as multiple firefighters, were called and arrived within just a few minutes. This coincided with the ending of the police report. Something was off about Jamie from the very beginning, and I could sense it. Unfortunately, my intuition didn't let me down, because just a few seconds later, after I was loaded, she made the following comment: that she believed that I did this to myself, pertaining to my head, that I go around town trying to get mental health support and regular health care, only to deny it minutes later. She then went in and said that she was going to go into the emergency room and tell them to refuse to treat me. She then mocked the shape of the actual bruise, and she said the outline of the state of Oklahoma more than likely did it, as she was referring to my Sooners hat, and also referred to me as a certified nut. All this resulted from no provocation on my end whatsoever, as I always am with healthcare workers. I was respectful, articulate, and sure as hell didn't deserve this kind of treatment from the get-go. By law, you cannot block someone's access to an emergency room. Comanche County Memorial Hospital, in their moronic wisdom, as they do most things, tried to sweep this underneath the rug. But once they realized that I had actual proof, they changed their tune, but still nonetheless decided to keep Jamie Lane Hennessee, from what they said was based on her previous track record. Just from what I have gathered, she has done similar things to other people, including close friends of mine. So the hospital knows this and just wants to pretend that it hasn't happened and or it's not an issue. My suspicions about her were correct, as I'm not going to say if she was using that day, but something was very erratic about her behavior. She was almost manic and extremely amped up. Even though I had told her multiple times and her partner that I wanted to go to Southwestern, she still proceeded to take me to Comanche County Memorial Hospital. The only reason I can think she was so hell-bent in getting to Comanche County Memorial is that she's already done stuff like this before and was very comfortable with some of the personnel, meaning the ER doctor, to push her ridiculous agenda and deny me medical care based on an inaccurate assumption. 50 to 60,000 people a year die of oversight and accidents that start out just like this. She brake-checked me the moment I told her do not take me to Memorial. I looked over about that time because I'd had enough, and at this point I felt that I was in danger. I looked over at her partner. She was about the same size as me, and told him that if I ever got to where Jamie was at, that I would tender my resignation. That infuriated the male EMT that was working on me in the back, and he began to huff and puff, and I do not mean that in an exaggerated sense. He was having a hard time breathing. I have no idea where that kind of anger or aggression comes from, and it's inexcusable in healthcare. He screamed at the top of his lungs, "Enough!" and raised both of his arms like a gorilla does and slammed them down, hitting me in the process, and slammed both of his radius bones in the process as well. When we got to Southwestern, my luck didn't fare any better. The doctor was hateful from the very start, dismissive and extremely gaslighting. But this is a normal, reoccurring theme at most southwestern Oklahoma hospitals. He kept telling me that I did this to myself, or it was from sleeping in the same position all night. It's almost as if they're there to not help you scrape up all the money they can and find the easiest fucking exit. I end up having to go around him and talking to someone else just to get an x-ray. Of course, I left out there with no answers and no better off than when I came in. And in fact, with the incident with Jamie Lane Hennessee and her male co-worker, I was far worse off than where I started. I figured, like most of the psychotic, recovering alcoholics, and chemically dependent, third world quality health technicians that work at Comanche County Memorial, would do what they always do and tell some crazy ass sophomoric lie that usually ends up unraveling the minute that 2 or 3 of them are sequestered and aren't smart enough emotionally to fabricate their said story and narrative once they're separated. But Jamie actually did fess up to actually saying that she was inappropriate with me, but would not go into detail. They claimed that she tried to call and apologize, which I don't believe occurred. Memorial has this thing where they said they've called back, but of course there's no missed call, and they can't prove that they tried to get back with you. This is just another one of their disgusting ploys that they use when they don't have any answers, solutions, and just believe time going by will make the issue disappear.
August 12, 2024, our administrative director conducted investigations including both Jamie Lane Hennessee and Sonny Below is a summary of the findings from these interviews. Sonny expressed confusion regarding the complaint against him. He explained that he requested the patient to come to EMS to discuss the grievance about Jamie Hennessee so that there would be a witness present. I have advised Sonny that taking the grievances over the phone is acceptable. If he needs to have a witness, he can pull someone into his office and put the patient on speakerphone. Regarding the grievance against Jamie Hennessee, Jamie has acknowledged that she made an inappropriate comment to her partner, which the patient overheard. She apologized to the patient, but he did not accept her apology. Jamie Lane Hennessee will receive verbal counseling to reinforce the importance of treating patients with the utmost respect. In closing this report, multiple attempts have been made to contact you regarding the outcome of this report. However, our phone calls have not been returned. Comanche County Memorial Hospital is committed to meeting the needs of our patients and their families by providing safe and compassionate health care. We sincerely appreciate your willingness to bring these issues to our attention. If you have any questions about your grievance investigation, please feel free to contact Heather Love, registered nurse, Master of Nursing Science, Administrator Director of Quality at this phone number. Or Christopher Reyes, Bachelor's of Science of Nursing, RN, and Customer Service Manager.
Jamie, at this point, you might want to revise your statement because audio recordings don't lie. And I'm beyond fucking tired and exhausted of y'all as a whole trying to make me into a monster when it's you and a group of many memorial misfits that make the average Latonians visit to your hospital miserable. To further my claims and show truth, here is some audio of the mental gymnastics that her boss, Sonny, and people in administration at Comanche County Memorial try to play, but aren't very good at it.
Tomorrow, anytime before 11 a.m., and then we can talk about it more.
Okay, and what was your name again, so I know to ask them for you?
Sonny.
Okay, Sonny. Okay, that will work. And possibly, my grandmother's in the city right now. If I don't come now, I mean, because she's dying within the next 24 to 48 hours is what they said. I'll do this maybe sometime next week, but I at least wanted to cover bases with y'all and go into that, and we'll have a discussion. We'll have a discussion on it. Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, my name is Sonny with Ccmh.
Yeah, Sonny. Yeah, I called you about a month ago about Jamie Hennessee, and I'm not able to get over there to actually talk to you. Is this something we can do over the phone? Because at this point,
no, sir.
So what can we do on this actual thing? Because I think, considering what she's actually done, I think she's a danger to people, you know, and something needs to be done to her. Why do I actually need to come in? Can you explain that?
To meet and resolve the situation that you're experiencing.
Yeah, but why is that need to be? Why does that need to be done?
Conflict.
Why does that need to be done in person? That can be done over the phone. That doesn't make any sense.
Yes, because over the phone, most people can take it in the wrong way. In order for us to move forward or whatever you're going through, I believe we should meet in person and talk over whatever you're going through.
Okay, that's not satisfactory for me because I cannot get over there. I have no vehicle. I don't have much help.
Well, this is something that you need to resolve, not us, correct?
No, you've got a person that's trying to sabotage my health care. I've got it on tape. I don't know what, you know, I don't know what more that I need to do. This isn't on me, Sonny. So who's your boss? Who's over you? You don't.
I'm the boss.
Yeah.
I'm the boss, yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm the boss.
I'll talk to somebody up at the hospital then, because you sound retarded.
I can try to call you back tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I
mean, I don't have a whole lot to say other than, I mean, you've been banned from the facility, so I'm not sure, you know, what we're talking about in particularly. But
well, I do need a lot, and I'm starting the grievance process with all of it.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been able to get anything done. You know, or people to even call me back, and that's wrong.
Okay. But I want to let you know about the outcome before, you know, it was discovered. Now, we did send a letter to you. Oh, did you happen to get the letter?
Yeah.
Okay, good. It went out a lot faster than anticipated, so good. So, did you have any questions over?
Well, I mean, I'm saying I have more. I have audio of it.
Okay.
You know, that changes what you're probably about to tell me either. I mean, if she's gone, she's gone. Great. I mean, this was horrible. I mean, before you even tell me what happened, I was there reporting. I can't share it with you right now for legal reasons.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? But I went to Anadarko trying to help my dad in Oklahoma City. Dad had bought some storage units up there, you know, and the guy's 70 years old. I want to go up there and help. I'm on my way. On my way on the highway, started having problems. So I looked at Chickasha and I'm like, you know, I just didn't want to go. I had a bad feeling about the hospital. Went over to Anadarko, and it turned into the worst thing that it could ever happen. I went in there, and based on previous notes, they just kept on with the mental aspect. I said, God, there's nothing wrong with you. I hurt right here. So I finally just invoked my 72-hour Medicare rule, and I am baffled how many people in medicine do not understand the rules. I said, look, you'll take Medicare. I'm on senior care. If you refuse to treat me, you're going to have to go get my advocate. Okay? You may come back in less than 72 hours, but you have 72 hours. And Chris, one gal barged in and said, you said the magic words, and I'm like, we're not doing this. I knew what they were trying to do. You know, and I went in there with stroke-like symptoms. My eyes had totally went out about 90%. I mean, can you imagine like that? I'm scared.
Man.
And they cuffed me to a bed. They threatened me about 15 times. They threatened to shoot me. It's all on audio, Chris.
And that was
took place in
Anadarko.
Okay. they've called me a couple times and told me they were coming down to kill me, and it's just like, I wish they would. The guys on the city council, you know, it's like every time something like this happens to me, Chris, it's always somebody powerful. But he's just newly on the council. I'm not afraid of anybody, you know, but she fondled me.
We don't have to get into it.
She fondled me twice. No, I'll share it with you. I just want you to know where I was at when I called on that and was just flabbergasted that this bitch had the audacity to say that. And then you just learn stuff down the road. I'm over there feeding one of my friends' kids because we get stamps and I get extra, you know, there's just extra. And like the 22nd or 23rd, her kids, they're starving. You know, I'm not asking what's going on over there or whatever. I took $150 and me and the girl went and shopped. And she said, I know you've been having problems from our conversations, you know, at the hospital. Did you ever have a, pardon my language, but she said, did you ever have any with that dyke, her exact words? And I said, you tell me her name before I tell you, because I want to know if she's not feeding me a lot of crap. You get what I'm saying? So anyhow, we're over at the Walmart, and she points to the building over there, which is your ambulance deal. And then she said, my great aunt, Miss Barker, used to work over there forever, and said she was problematic over there too. Same kind of stuff got her fired. Then she goes on to tell me that her kids were treated the same way. Jamie was like that the first time she came by there. There was a call 3 or 4 months ago, but to me it didn't warrant. You know, I'm thick-skinned. So you got to understand when I'm in this mode, it's when I've had way too much, and it's been going on for years. Chris, I'm going to send you the video of this hospital trespass.
Now, real quick.
It's inaccurate, but we'll go in on this and then we'll talk about the trespass. Yeah, I got your letter.
Okay. Well, did you read it by chance?
Yeah.
Okay. And how'd you feel about it?
There's no way to feel about it. She's got to be terminated at this point. Sonny offered no solutions. You know, I'll let you. You want to listen to the call?
Not at this time. But I will say, you know.
I mean, he told me that it was my problem to figure out, not his. Exact words.
And we'll let you know on that whole grievance process, as it did say in there, you know, he may have been new to the process, you know, to make sure that he knew how to answer. Let me do that over the phone. On that whole grievance process, as it did say in there, you know, he may have been new to the process, you know, to make sure that he knew how to answer. Let me do that over the phone. You know, there's no problem with that.
He don't sound like a bad guy, but he just doesn't sound like he has the mental capacity or the emotional intelligence to handle it. I'm sorry. That's kind of my assessment on it.
Okay. And that's being addressed. And that's being looked at. That's being communicated.
Because it's scary. I don't have any. None. Can't get in an ambulance without being assaulted and sabotaged, and I've got it on tape. So I mean, it's like whatever y'all decide that's any less than that, you know, I don't have any avenue to, you know, I have to continue to pursue it. I mean, A, only for myself, and B, for everyone else around here.
You have a video of yourself being assaulted by Jamie? Is that what you're saying?
No, I got audio of it.
Oh, okay.
There's 2 audio sources, me and from the home cameras. That's what was so baffling, is that she said this out loud in a normal tone, thinking that I couldn't hear it through the as I'm in the back of the ambulance. It was crazy. And then your poor guy, Chris, I don't want you to be hard on the guy that assaulted me. I know you think that's probably nuts. This was Jamie's doing. You get what I'm saying? Like a little snake. You know, and I challenged him. I said, why are you acting like this didn't just occur? I mean, I almost hopped out. But who does that make look like a freaking nutcase? Me. And that's what they're doing up here. And regardless if you want it or not, I'm going to blitzkrieg you with the videos that show that I'm 100%. I haven't been willing to give that, but if that's what it takes at this point.
If you feel like that would help out, I'll give you this. I
already know how y'all structures are on the emails.
Okay, I was going to say, there's my card if you want it. You can email it, and I'll share it with the team. Now, the administrator that is a primary one that, you know, did the investigation, she is actually over all of them right now. And so, she had interviews with him, had discussions with him. There's always room for improvement, right? Communication was that one thing. Looking at how, Jamie may have said stuff. Yeah, she's gonna.
But Chris, she tried to sabotage me going in there.
Now,
you get what I'm saying? You read the entire thing, right?
I did.
Yeah, that's 100%.
The only
There's
thing
there's no embellishment.
I don't have with her investigation, Tony. There was no proof that we could find that taken place in the ER or anything like that. Like giving that same information to the ER to make it like, hey, don't treat him or anything like that. There's no evidence that we could find or uncover about that.
Right, that's what I wanted to know, if y'all had enough power to, if she walked in. I told her, don't go in. I said, there'll be a huge stink if you know what I'm saying. That's what I told the guy in the back. I said, do not go in. I said, there's going to be hell to pay if she does. And that might have stopped her.
And what do you mean by that? Like hell, who would?
Me.
Okay.
I'm not going to let you go in there and tell a doctor not to treat me. Who the fuck does she think she is to be able to do something like that, Chris? And I'm afraid y'all are just going to continue because it's hard to find good employees that y'all are going to keep her on because of tenure.
Well, we have to go off of proof, right? Like what you're saying.
I'll give you the proof.
Okay. If there's anything that that you have, we'll share it with the team. Let them look at it. But as of right now, like the case that you have initially put out there against Sonny and Jamie, since we couldn't find any other evidence or anything like that, the case is pretty much closed. If you want to share something else, we'll add to it.
It will be open once you get the audio.
Okay.
Because, this kind of behavior has been going on for a couple of years. Everything's documented. I'm not going to continue to be a victim anymore. It's atrocious that the emotional aspect of this is just insane, that a person would do that and still be able to hold their job. I get a knot in my stomach every time I see her riding around, and it's just bad. They can't come in. That's nutty, okay? Every dealing that I've ever had with this hospital since I got my Medicaid Sooner Care in 2021 has been recorded, okay? There's been some shit that I didn't say or talk about that should have been addressed. But for the sake of getting care and not rocking the boat and getting into the situation that I'm in right now, I didn't say a word. 6 times y'all have given me somebody else's personal stuff. 2021, 2022, 2 times at LCHC. Handed it right back to the gal. This is somebody else's. The girl had never given me any problems. I didn't see any reason getting the girl terminated. That's my heart. 3rd and 4th time it happened, the girl's last name is my last name. She's from Geronimo, so I'm like, fuck. That's a relative. Here you go. Stop going there. Stop going to LCHC because of that. Then you're like, man, I think it's over, And then you go up there and they do it, both appointments. Jamie Lane Hennessee, you need to find another form of work. Because as I told your co-worker right before he got upset, pissed off, and assaulted me, that if a person ever gets...
MedWatch 7 is sponsored by Comanche County Memorial Hospital.
This EMS Week, Comanche County Memorial Hospital is honoring staff members who went above and beyond this past year. Jamie Hennessee, a paramedic with Ccmh EMS who has worked there for 25 years, was named one of the hospital's Paramedics of the Year. She says the people she works with every day on the ambulance gives her the ability to do what she does.
They make me a better person, they make me a better medic, and it's because of their support, that empowers me to do this job. So I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that what it means is team. And because of those, their support and us coming together as a team, That's why we're here right now.
Hennessee says she's unsure why they decided to pick her, but EMS officials told us about a transport she did for a hospital patient needing a ride to their house. When asked about the story, Hennessee says she felt led to secretly buy the patient flowers.
So I still wanted to sneak the flowers in and sneak out, and you know, her daughter would not allow that. She brought the flowers over to the patient and she said, you know, look, Mama, look, you know, look what they've gotten you. And to see her face light up like it did, that's what's worth it.
The patient would pass just days later. She says helping people, especially when they need it most, is why she's stayed in this profession for so many years.
We have this incredible opportunity to experience these profound moments with patients and truly meet them in their time of need. It's incredible. It's a gift. It's a gift that I'm able to do this job. It's a gift that, you know, the hospital allows me to. So, but that's what motivates me, is to be there for people. And I mean, as cliche as it sounds, to be there when it's their worst day, to just help them through that and to be calm for them. That's what it's about.
While Hennessee has been there for 25 years, Hannah Barber joined Ccmh EMS almost 2 years ago. She was awarded as their EMT of the year.
You get told you're going to make a difference, and you get told that you're going to see some things and you're going to get to do some things, but until you're actually out there doing it and you get to see the lives that you help, there's nothing like it.
Barber says getting to be there for people who feel alone is what has stood out to her the most. She says the people, whether it's those she's helping or those she's working alongside, has been her favorite part of being an EMT.
And my partner who I work with actually on weekends won Supervisor of the Year, so for us to be here together, he's like my big brother. It's been great.
Barber hopes to continue her education and become a paramedic one day. For MedWatch 7, I'm Haley Wilson.